faces from every nation. I wanna find a place that's for conversation, where they discuss all the latest movies, or when something big happens in the news. See, that's us, what are we talking about? So what are we talking about today?
Hello everybody and welcome to What Are We Talking About? This is our review of Fantastic Beasts. I'm Cody McQuaid and this is my brother Riley.
What's up?
How's it going? I mean, I guess you guys can't talk to us, but we can talk to you about Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. It's the new Harry Potter world movie. Like, it takes place in the same world, but it's not. It doesn't involve Harry Potter. But it involves some characters. So we're going to spoil the movie. Like, we can talk about whatever. So if you haven't seen the movie, stop watching this review. But if you have seen the movie, here we go. What do you think overall? Like, did you enjoy the movie?
That was good. Yeah, I loved it actually. I keep thinking about it.
So what are
I
some
want to watch it again.
positives specifically that stuck out to you?
I don't know. Like, it was just like captivating almost. It like pulls you in, you know. And I love all the Harry Potter shit too. Like, I grew up watching it obviously, so
Yeah.
I already love that universe and shit. So seeing it was just like
It brings you back to the
yeah,
universe.
for sure. But and they reinvented it
Yeah.
a little way too. It's in America this time, so
And it's also in like
a little
it's
bit
almost
different
like
slang and shit.
it's like the 20s or whatever. It's like prohibitionary. It's like Al Capone with wands.
Yeah, I know. I actually like that.
Yeah.
Too,
So that I agree with you. That's pretty cool.
1920s
Yeah.
or whatever.
My favorite character in the movie was easily I don't remember what the actor's name is, but he plays
baker.
Hutch in the baker.
Good luck. He's off. Good luck.
He's on Good Luck Chuck. He's on Fanboys.
Yeah.
He's in
He was pretty good
Balls
in it,
of
too, like-
Fury or whatever, the ping pong movie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, he was probably the best part of the movie for sure. For
Yeah,
me.
I think he was pretty good for sure. He was like really. He was still like goofy and shit, but it played well with the rest of the movie.
Yeah, no,
He
for
fit in
sure.
well.
No, and he was the kind of character that was able to ask the questions that maybe some people were thinking, like when he's like, "Oh, what? Can somebody explain to me what this obscurest thing actually is?" Because it's a way for the audience to get brought into the movie.
Yeah, and like when he introduces all the
Yeah.
beast to him at first and
Yeah.
shit, it's like, oh yeah, a way for them to basically explain to you what the hell's going on.
Yeah, exactly, and it's not. It doesn't
that
feel
well, I
plotting that then. But yeah, I also liked Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, me too. That he was from that Stephen Hawking movie.
Yeah.
The Theory of Everything.
The Theory of Everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
he won an Oscar
He
for
was-
best
oh, did he?
actor in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he played his character well.
Yeah, because from the trailers, I was a little bit like apprehensive because I couldn't really tell what was going on, but I didn't see all the trailers. I only saw one trailer because I just knew I was already going to watch the movie. I didn't want to see too much, and so in seeing the movie in context, it works, and I like how they characterized him based on what I've also read outside of this on like Pottermore.com and stuff like that.
Yeah. See, I was watching. I think it was on like Down or something. Just interview with him promoting the movie, obviously, and he's kind of weird. So I just like.
Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah, like I think he was just like a little anxious to
Yeah.
be on live show like that or something maybe, but it was just. So I was kind of like, but that's kind of how Scamander is too. He's
No,
kinda,
yeah,
like
he is. He's a
anxious
little
and
bit.
weird too. So maybe his personality just fit well with it or something. But it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, they even make note of that in the movie where he says to the one dude, like, people, because the one guy's like, yeah, people probably like you, and he's like, no, not really, people find me annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I could see that, but it's also endearing in a way, where it's like, I want to see more adventures with Newt.
Yeah, no, I think he'll be a good character to build around. For sure.
But recently,
Series around.
David Yates, the director, said that he's not going to be the main focus of these movies.
It's gonna be.
It's going to be Grindelwald and
yeah,
Credence.
Oh, so Credence obviously isn't dead. but-
Yeah, so,
Okay.
and to me, the way that they showed that, I guess, in the movie was, at one point, Eddie Redmayne was, like, looking, after Credence was dead, he, like, looked over, and there was, like, a little wisp of blackness that just floated away. And it was
I
like,
saw that where it, like, kind of caught on the edge, and then almost like the
Yeah.
wind took it over. It looked like, yeah, but So it's like another Voldemort thing where he's just like comes back super weak and then builds himself up.
I don't know. It might be. We'll have to see. Like that. That's one thing. That's my biggest worry. And who knows? It might be awesome. I'm just a little bit worried going forward with what might end up being in the new movies, like what they're gonna do with Grindelwald and Dumbledore, because that's what these new movies are gonna be about.
Who's playing Dumbledore?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
But they have put out a casting call for people to play
supposed to be
Dumbledore.
in the next movie, though.
Yeah.
They probably already started
They said
filming.
he's in the
Have
next
they?
movie. I don't know if they have started filming, but I don't know when the next one comes out. I think it's 2018. I don't think it's next year.
That makes sense.
hmm
Wait.
And then probably the first 3 will come out every 2 years, and then the last 2 will come year after year, and they'll probably be filmed at the same time, kind of like how they did the Harry Potter 7 movies. 7 and 8 were filmed at the same time.
That makes sense.
But yeah, overall, yeah, it was really good. And the negatives that I had were kind of like, I don't know. Basically, like I said, I'm just a little bit worried. Like when Johnny Depp was in at the end, and my initial reaction was, he's like he almost has the makeup from Black Mass, but he's like he almost was acting like how the one actor in the 4th movie who was secretly being Mad-Eye Moody, but he was Barty Crouch's son, Barty Crouch Jr. or whatever, and he's I can't remember the actor's name, but he was in Doctor Who, he was in Jessica Jones, he's like the Purple Man, Kilgrave. It was almost like that, where he was just like acting like a psycho when he was getting pulled away. And also I didn't like how easily Grindelwald was just captured, because I'm pretty sure he's supposed to have the Elder Wand at this time.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but like who was it again? That it was the chick, right? That
That captured
female
him?
lead role in that movie or whatever, or
Yeah, I don't remember what her name
She was
is.
the one who
Tina.
revealed him, was it not?
Yeah, I think so. But Newt caught him. Like,
Yeah,
Newt put him in hand.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he was just,
But, see, like,
quit pretty easy. Just like,
who would have expected that? Like, it's
no,
I mean,
it's
I
true.
guess, I mean,
It was-
you'd
it was a
expect
little
someone to be
unexpected.
lasso with a wand.
But
too,
that's the thing.
But yeah,
Basically, Grindelwald must not have realized that Newt suspected him or something, because he turned his back to Newt. And while he was fighting all these ministry people, which doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. In a little
yeah, it
bit,
is
like,
true.
that's the thing.
That's
It's
kinda
not
stupid,
perfect,
actually.
but it is. I was loving it for, like, the first 2/3 for sure. Like,
I thought
the
it
end was a
rough.
little
Very good.
bit disappointing to me. I just wanted it to close together a little better, but I could see how, like, it's enjoyable. Like, that's the thing.
No,
It's
I
just kind of
really
opinion
enjoyed
thing.
it.
This is going to be a
from-
divisive movie.
for sure. But they definitely did a whole lot of setting up in this movie.
Mhm.
Like that was. It seemed like that's what the whole movie was. Is they left a lot of stuff open ended, where it's like
Yeah.
they can definitely add on to it or need to explain it further. Whatever.
Yeah, no, for sure. In a way, it almost seemed like they had the movie that was the Fantastic Beasts story with like Newt Scamander and the Nomad, whatever his name was, that the baker guy, and like those 2 girls, Tina and the chick who could read minds. It was almost like that was one story, and then also there was this behind the scenes story that was just all set up for later, kind of thing, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Where it's like, so one of the stories was a good story. I really liked the Fantastic Beasts part of it, but the other part was just a little bit. I was just unsure about how I feel about it, kind of right now, and we'll have to wait until
See,
we
that's
see
the thing.
more.
I feel
about
like
it.
that part of the movie is the part that is going to tie all the movies together.
I think
right?
so.
So the Fantastic Beast was kind of to captivate.
It
you
was
and
like
pull
how
you
Harry
into the
Potter
series.
1 is just he does a
Look at all this magic
yeah.
and cool shit, basically.
Yeah,
and then you go. Well,
but
let's go
also
with
it has
something.
Voldemort at the end, who he comes in later, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they showed him for Johnny Depp for 5 seconds just to be like, okay, this is the real bad guy.
This is Grindelwald. Yeah, like
Because
we know
yeah,
where
it
he
flashes
is.
his name about 5 or 6 times
And then it
off
says,
the start.
where
right?
is he?
Yeah, and see, my question is the guy he was acting as, whatever, with his Apologies potion or whatever. How, you know what I mean? the guy.
Yeah,
the same
Colin
haircut.
Farrell. Gaunt,
So Colin
or
Farrell
something, his name was
is-
not Gaunt.
You know how in the Harry Potter series, Mad-Eye Moody, he was in that guy's chest.
Mhm.
Is Colin Farrell a real guy, or is
See,
this
I don't
an
know.
alias he's been working on for years, or what's
The
case
thing
there?
is, I don't know if that was if that was Polyjuice
or it
Potion.
was just like a alias he'd been working on for
Well, that's the
years,
thing,
and
because-
just made his way into the CIA, basically.
In the fourth, no, not the fourth, in the seventh Harry Potter book and I think the eighth Harry Potter movie, Hermione does some enchantments to Ron to make him look different. She gives him like brown hair, a big like dark black brown beard, and like she changes like a little bit of how his face looks so that they can sneak into Gringotts,
Yeah.
right? And like in the movie, you can still clearly tell it's Ron, but in the book, she does it so that you can't even tell that it's him really anymore. But she's only a 17-year-old
Yeah.
like high school kid or whatever, right? So he's supposed to be the greatest dark evil wizard of all time at this point because
Yeah.
Voldemort's not born yet, right? So it's like maybe he just is so powerful that he can turn himself, and they were just taking those enchantments off of him, kind of a thing.
You know, that's what I feel like it was too. Honestly, is that it was like exactly he's just that good at magic.
Yeah.
And there was even like right at the start of the movie that hint. There's his hair, the blonde, shaved sides, and then what's his name? Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, yeah.
It's pretty much saying he's had haircut, right? And
Mhm.
It's like that's kind of how they.
Because
changed
yeah,
over
at the very
things,
opening scene when it showed Grindelwald killing those wizards or whatever, at first I thought, is this just Colin Farrell with a different haircut or something? But then no, it's just that's what Grindelwald.
Yeah,
looks
like I didn't really piece together the dude. Like at the start of the movie when I first seen Grindelwald, I didn't really piece it together.
yeah, because
Well, and I never really
the
read the books
actions
either,
made me
so
think
I never
Grindelwald.
knew who he was
Oh,
before
yeah.
this movie.
because they don't talk that much about him in the Harry Potter movies, just a little bit. But in the books, they go a little more in depth with him, and they talk about what he was trying to accomplish and stuff. Where his basic goal is, he wants to try and subjugate the humans under the wizards. Like, basically, he's like Magneto in a way, where he's like,
Mhm.
but he's like super evil Magneto. Magneto's not really evil. He just is a Holocaust survivor that is
Has a
also a
chip on his
mutant kind of
shoulder.
thing. Yeah. And so it's like he has a lot of. You can understand why he does the things he does, whereas Grindelwald has those same type of final ideas that he wants to do, but he is just malicious about it. He has no good reason. He just feels that way. He just feels that mutants are superior to, or not mutants. I mean, wizards are superior to humans. And
So I
and
mean, and
non-wizards.
he makes a point at the end that kind of makes sense, or can make his side seem a little bit logical. He basically he knows that if they go to war, who's going to win? And in that sense, wizards are easily dominant. And he
Oh,
feels
yeah.
like the laws they have to hide wizards from the real world. He feels like
They're to save the Muggles.
exactly. He feels like it's not benefiting the wizards; it's benefiting the Muggles.
Mhm.
So that it kind of seems like okay, there's some logic there, but he's definitely like crazy.
Mhm.
Like he's,
No, yeah,
and
like
he
that's the
does
thing.
weird stuff.
Because even Albus Dumbledore in the books when he was a teenager was friends with Grindelwald, and they like even to the point where it's basically J.K. Rowling has even come out and said later that they were actually together, like, and so they even shared a lot of the same ideas. And Albus Dumbledore wanted to help him, but he had to stay back home and look after his sister Ariana, who at the time I didn't realize, but now after seeing this movie, she's an Obscurus, his sister, Dumbledore's sister, because she
because she's like she's
she-
in number 8, right, of the Harry Potter books in the picture,
Mhm.
and she's like 10 years old, whatever, 8, like they met.
Yeah.
Can't live much past that.
And so what happened was she was a kid. In the books, it talks about her.
So is she
When
older
she was
or
a kid,
younger,
there was some Muggle kids who saw her. She couldn't control her magic when you're like 5 or 6, you can't control your magic. And so she could like do some things, but then she couldn't like necessarily reproduce those things because she didn't know what she was doing, right? And there were some Muggle boys who like basically bullied her and tried to get her to when she couldn't do it, they beat the shit out of her and called her like a freak and shit. So then she started to just repress all of that, and eventually it started getting out in bursts. And at one point, when Dumbledore wasn't at home, and his mom was just there, and she was quite a bit older. Ariana basically had a fit of rage and fucking like killed her mom, and then later, eventually, that same thing happened, and she ended up dying herself.
So is she older or younger than Dumbledore?
Younger. Dumbledore's the oldest.
Oh, is he? So, and
She's the
both
youngest.
of Dumbledore's parents are wizards. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole Obscurus thing is pretty weird for sure. But what's that kid's name again? Credence?
Credence, yeah.
Credence. So, how did you know that he's still alive?
Oh, David Yates, the director, came out and talked about it after, like, yesterday or the day before.
So, the real question is, like, is Grindelwald gonna bring him back? Probably, don't you think?
Yeah, that's
He's gonna
probably what it
harness
is. He's
that
probably gonna...
Evil.
Because Logan also brought up the idea of that Obscurus that not Neville, I was going to say Neville, Newt Scamander, that he had in his case. It was in that, like, glass hexagon or
Bubble
thing, yeah. And from what I got from it was that it's unusable without the original host.
Well, not necessarily. I don't think that's what he thinks. Is that this chick, the host originally, she's dead now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, it's ineffective. But he doesn't necessarily know that. I don't think this is his idea of keeping it alive. But he doesn't know if it can attach onto something else or not. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's like, when whatever the baker's name, I forget his name.
He didn't
close
want
to
him
the
to touch
bubber.
it,
He was like dead serious, like back up. Like
Yeah.
I had to tell him like 5 times or whatever, like back up. So that's again
true.
like that's what he thinks. Just because this is what he says, he's like a scientist, right? He's still figuring shit out. He's trying to test this shit.
Yeah, so probably, yeah, you're right. Grindelwald will come back, or will escape or something somehow, and get Credence back, and then fucking probably try and use him, like, as a weapon.
I think so. Because, and he's already laid the groundwork for getting in his head, right? He's manipulated him how much. And the whole reason he freaked out at the end is because Colin Farrell basically didn't accept him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he wanted, right? So I think it'd be pretty easy for him to manipulate him. And he's going to be the one searching, right? He wanted, and that's the strongest one.
Because, also, he never
they've
saw
ever
Johnny
heard
Depp.
of, so.
He only saw Colin Farrell.
True. Wow, I never actually pieced that together. That's
So,
pretty major.
like, they could make that be where it's, like, Johnny Depp, or even a different... We've already seen him transform into somebody, so he could maybe even transform into somebody else.
Yeah, true.
And now that he knows this is the kid, coax him, and he already figured out once how to coax him. He knows the kid. But the kid wouldn't know him, so he would be able to just manipulate him.
True.
And that would be actually
now that
probably
you
pretty
mention
interesting.
that, it's like you were saying was it in the books? Because they never showed really any of him in the movie, right? But as
They
a
showed
kid-
like one little flash of him,
And he was
as
brunette
as
or
like
whatever.
when he stole the Elder Wand.
Yeah. So I wonder if him changing how he looks and stuff, maybe that's why he has 2 different colored eyes.
Yeah.
He looks
He
like
looks
an
all
albino
pale and
almost.
yeah,
Shit.
that could
he
be
like sucked away his own
identity.
image, and
yeah,
now he's just mixed crazy genetics basically.
that's actually a good idea. I never thought of that. That could explain it.
Because he like I never noticed the eyes or anything, but
Because dark
he has
magic.
definitely a weird look.
Because that's the reason why Voldemort looks the way he does, because of all the dark magic that he does and shit.
Exactly.
Plus, he wants himself to look like a snake. But so clearly, if he's using dark magic like spells and stuff like that to get him to look like that, then it could,
take over.
basically scar his appearance forever.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
exactly.
Magical scarring. And also, one other thing I forgot to mention is the one chick who is the villain, like this second Salemer woman who adopts all these kids and stuff. She basically reminded me of like the opposite, equal and opposite version of like Umbridge. The chick who like made you write notes that would carve into your hand and stuff, because she was Umbridge was the anti-Muggle version, like the wizard.
end was the same, but the means were.
But they were
the spectrum.
Well, yeah, they were
Spectrum, right?
the methods were almost the same, but the ending was opposite, where one of them wanted to kill all witches and the other wanted to kill all Muggles, basically, or subjugate Muggles, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
that chick was Well, and the fact that, did she know that Credence came from wizard parents and
She
shit?
must not have.
Like,
Because she thought he was a freak when she found out. And that's another reason why they would have been suppressing their stuff, right? Because
she was like
so
extra,
yeah.
like, yeah, no kidding. That, well, and that's,
Like that little girl. That's why there was a bait and switch with the little girl. As soon
They
as they
almost
said
set
the
it
guy
up
said
too
it
much
was a
for-
little kid,
Mhm.
I was like, oh, it's that little girl, because it kept showing her like, and she was always like
Exactly.
staring creepily.
singing that weird ass song,
Yeah,
and shit,
which
and
is
it's
gonna
like
burn.
they just set it up to be like, okay, this is her. Obviously, this chick
Mhm.
is like weird as fuck.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
definitely.
she had the wand under her bed, so they just like a quick bait and switch, right? Like you said, like I know they pulled it off well, because I never would have guessed.
No, I didn't guess that either. Especially when they said like, as far as I know, that none has ever lived past the age of 10.
Well, how old is he supposed to be? Because to me, he looked like he could have been like 18.
Like
or he
the
could have been,
actor,
like,
I'm pretty
14.
sure is in his 20s.
Well, no, I
but
know the
I
actor
think
was-
the kid, he was supposed to be like 14 or 15.
Yeah, okay, but like that's the thing. He could have been 18. He could have been 20. Right?
Yeah.
He just had a weird ass haircut, which I think they thought maybe made him look younger. Maybe it did, but he
Yeah, I
still
don't know.
looked like.
To me, it just made him look weird.
Well,
He-
I mean,
yeah, he-
that's those too.
But I mean, yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see where they go from here. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next movies. For sure.
So yeah, overall, I enjoyed the movie. At first, when I first watched it, there was a couple things that just like I didn't know how I thought about it. But now, the more I think about it, it's like it might be okay, but I still just it all depends on how the future movies go, right? But I do recommend going and seeing this movie in theaters right away, kind of thing. Like
I would.
on my rating scale of 1 to 3 of is it shit cable movie or see it in theaters, I'd give it a 3 out of 3. Check it out as soon as you
I
can.
will.
If you love Harry Potter, you should check this out because this is official canon now. This was written by J.K. Rowling, the screenplay was, so it's official. And if you're not a fan of Harry Potter, I think this is still just a cool,
I
good,
think
unique
even
movie that you
more
could
so,
watch. Yeah.
It's super captivating. Like, it's just visually appealing. Just go watch it. It's some
Mhm.
crazy stuff.
And it doesn't just appeal to kids now, because before it was like Harry Potter 1 and 2, if you were an adult and had never read the books and those movies came out, I'm sure you wouldn't like them.
Super young kids. And
Yeah.
No, this is nothing like that. It's all mostly adult
It's all
actors,
adults,
and
yeah.
There's even some fairly big names in it compared to the Harry Potter
Yeah.
series. There
Well,
was
all of the Harry Potter actors were famous British actors that most people
Yeah, but-
we never had heard of,
Yeah,
really,
sure.
like
But
Maggie
not-
Smith and stuff like that.
which is McGonagall.
McGonagall, yeah. And now it's like Colin Farrell, who is a famous actor, Ezra Miller, who is now the Flash in the DC movie universe, Eddie Redmayne, who just won the Oscar for Best Actor. Like, they did get a lot of actors, and
Ron Perlman was in it.
yeah,
for
he was
bit.
like he was an elf or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Not
I
very
think he was a house elf.
Wait, dude, he had some weird ass names.
Yeah.
Right? Like, peeled back.
Yeah, it was crazy. At first, I didn't realize, and then when I
Big
saw him, it was like, whoa, that was weird. But yeah, they were like curled crazy.
Well, and like when he was writing, it's like holding the pencil right there. How do you even write like that? Like,
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
Weird.
But I did like the feel of the movie, how it was. It was like the 20s or whatever, 20s and 30s of like.
See, that's the thing. Is it was almost like Inception in that way. Is it like pulled you into the movie in the fact that it was you're in a 1920 movie that they I think pulled off pretty well. Like, and then not that I know.
Yeah,
what
I've never
the 20s
been there,
is like, but my idea of the 20s.
Yeah.
And then they pull you into another level. This is what you know what the wizarding world is like in
Mm-hmm.
in Harry Potter and this time era, but now you're an earlier time area in a different continent, so they pull you in even further, I think.
But anyways, what do you guys think? Have you seen the movie? If so, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. It's what are we talking about? Not just us, but you guys too. So yeah, let us know. And that's everything. So until next time, peace.